I spawned in the swamp, a little Herrera new spawn, and I immediately started heading towards River Delta. I knew there would be food there. I did not, however, know how long it would take me to get there, and I was starving to death on my way there because swamp is completely dead. But I climbed this tree, and I was smelling the entire time because that's what you do when you're starving to death. And finally, I picked up something, anything, and I immediately started heading towards it. I did not know how far it was, I didn't know if there was danger, but it was food, and I needed it. After some travel later, I eventually was getting close to it, and I found out that it was a dead boar that somebody had killed and just left in the woods for me to pick up and eat. Thank you for that. If you could do that more often, I'd greatly appreciate it. I need food. I always need food. After eating my fill, I decided I was going to hunt the body, so I started climbing the tree. Nothing ever came, so, it was time to move on. The body had despawned, and I still needed food. And I heard a goat calling in the background, so I decided to go hunt it, instead of sitting around. I found the goat, ate it, and I also found a little fish, so I ate that as well. I was getting there in my growth, and I decided I was going to AFK a bit to get bigger so I could actually hunt stuff. And before too long, it was time for my second mutation, and I went with this one. I don't know if it actually increases the pounce damage. I would hope so. It just said damage you deal. And then I went to south because I got tired of River Delta, and I was starving again. Surprise, surprise. It didn't take me too long, and I found this boar doing his best impersonation as a fish. Man, I struggled with that one. So I swam out and did it. And this is when I noticed Herrera attacks really fast. Like, that was crazy. I went to West Rail because nothing was going on in South Plains. And, yeah, I hung out in this tree for a little bit. Didn't really see a whole lot. Nothing really happened. There was 3 Carnos running around. Pretty sure that's why I wasn't seeing anything. Then I killed a deer, and I decided I was going to hunt that. I don't know why I picked off a piece of the deer, but I did. So, there's that. So I climbed the tree and was gonna hunt it. And then I went back to my tree because, there was nothing going on back there. Just kept hearing these Carnos 2 call over and over again. And they seemed really friendly. I don't know what they were doing, but the only thing I've seen them kill was AI, and everything that walked into the area, they were just 2 calling. So I'm guessing it was just a group of friends wanting to play a little bit of the Isle. Nice to see. Doesn't mean I was going to trust them to come down. See, they're 2 calling still. Definitely, nah. 3 Carnos? No thanks. Yeah, I don't want to be. Not today. Maybe tomorrow. But I did, however, see this dibble. You can see him way back there. It's just a little speck. And, it's a dibble. I kind of have to go for it. It's an obligation to predators on the Isle. You go for the dibbles. Dibbles and stegos. You see them, you gotta at least try. You probably die, but, gotta at least try. If I can. I started it off terribly. Just charging straight in there. But after that, it went pretty good. I realized Herrera is actually really good on the ground. Like, he doesn't have much bite force, but, like, turn radius and everything. Like, I really enjoyed fighting this dibble on the ground as a Herrera. And it was my first time as a Herrera actually fighting on the ground. Yeah. Now, I don't think I actually had a whole lot of kill potential here, even though the dibble was small. Like I said, my bite force just isn't there. And dibbles are incredibly tanky, even at this size. then I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I got hit. I know Dibble's charge thing is a little wonky, kind of like Raptor Pounce. And yeah, I got pretty beat up. I didn't want to give up on the hunt. I tried to get that pounce there. But yeah, it was getting dark. He ran into the bushes. I couldn't see him. So I decided to try to get a vantage point, which I don't play Herrera a whole lot. And climbing trees is not my strong suit. As you can clearly tell. So I went back to hunting him on the ground, trying to see if I could find him. And I pressed Q here. I don't exactly know how the tracking works. It seems like the footprints and stuff just kind of randomly pop up, but he had his big old head sticking out. So he went for me, but I was getting low on stamina and health, and that bleed was really starting to rack up. Herrera is very fragile, as I'm sure a lot of you already know. So I climbed up in the tree to try to rest a little bit, and I lost him. He got away. So back to South Plains I went. Those 3 Carnos were basically scaring everything off, so. And I was hunting a deer, and guess what? 3 Carnos. Yeah, they're everywhere now. But I decided I'd at least do a little bit of damage to these. Pounced one. They might get my food, but they ain't getting it for free. I can promise you that. And then I was sitting down for a little bit, and yeah, there he is. Gave him a cheeky little 3 crawl. Assert my dominance. I'm the apex in this plains. Just don't catch me on the ground. That's all I ask. Just don't do it. And I went back to my tree to see if I could hunt the deer again. Nothing ever came. And then I went to this tree because I know I personally never check this tree when I come to South Plains. I don't really spend a whole lot of time by the river, but I normally look over there on the cliff sides and all those trees. I don't really check this one, and I don't see very many other players checking this one, but I do see them just charging straight into the river and drinking on this side. So I figured it'd be a good spot. But then you can't really see it, but there is a little Serrato over there eating on the dead corpses. Yeah, I can't have that. No. Serrato's gotta go. And down he went. Now I was low on stamina, so I had to go sit for a while. And sitting I was when there's the big guy and there's 2 little guys up there. I had been watching them for a while, and I was just waiting for the opportunity. The big guy left, but if I started running now, then he might just decide to turn around and eat my face. And I'd rather not have that, if I'm being completely honest. But then they decided to be on the move, and the little guy started coming towards me. Big mistake. And I'm guessing his little buddy that was up there with him, he just took off as soon as he seen me. Didn't even try to help. He looked like he was roughly my size too. He probably could have took me on. But another new spawn down. And of course I gotta hunt the body. I am in Herrera after all. That's kind of what we do. And hunt the body I shall. And nothing came for the body, so moved on. Got a deer and a goat for bait this time. And then looky here. Another Serrato. Great. Just like with the Carnos though, you might get my food, You're not getting it for free. Yeet! I don't know what that slide was. He started running, and yeah, I was just having a lot of fun fighting on the ground, so I decided to test my skills a little bit. Fight the Cerrado, keep his bleed going. Hopefully he'll bleed out. I doubt it, but, you know, there's always that chance. Herrera bleed is quite strong. I knew I had the turn radius on him. All I had to do is just bait him out. Let that bleed do the work. And there it goes. Yep. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.